In this session, I'm going to talk about choline. We just finished a session talking about inositol and how the three of them work together to make lecithin. Additionally, and I don't think I said this about inositol, but choline is part of a neurotransmitter. So it's obviously good for memory. And another thing that helps memory, actually, between you think about the choline and inositol emulsifying cholesterol, opening up the arteries, allowing more blood to the blood-brain barrier, allowing more oxygen to get to the blood-brain barrier, because 25% of all the oxygen you bring into your body is relegated to your brain, to your mind. So it helps you to operate better and to think better. Another role of choline and inositol together, and I don't know if I mentioned it in inositol, is to help metabolize carbohydrates as well as fats. And another role that they play, and this is especially important for people with multiple sclerosis, and that is that it helps strengthen the myelin sheath, and that's the protective covering over the nerves. And one of the things that happens is that when that sheath breaks down and blood hits the nerves, it creates short circuits, and that's where the tremors come from. So by making sure you have a high potency 1 a day, or in our case a 2 a day, like our for men are for women, where you have goodly amounts of both choline and inositol to make sure that you nourish your myelin sheath. Also, vitamin D is also good for MS people. Choline and inositol also regulate and improve liver function. And the deal with the liver is that it can become congested from trans fats, hydrogenated fats, saturated fats, and of course, alcohol. And it occurred to me, and I didn't say this in the inositol because I don't often talk about the deficiencies, I only because from a different point of view. On some levels they're negative results, and I really try to keep things upbeat and positive. But when there's a lacking of nutrients, period, let's go there first, all kinds of deficiencies occur. And go back to and take the time, listen to the Detox and Cleanse, and you'll understand how the cells become corrupted and how the cells lay the foundation. Let me rephrase that. How toxins corrupt the cells and lay the foundation for diseases. With choline and inositol, some of the things that really take place are like diabetes, obviously overweight, obesity, and there's a difference. You can be overweight to a point, and then once you get to a certain point, you become obese. And look at what's going on with the kids. And the parents maybe think that by giving them a Centrum or a gummy that they're doing what the kids need. I don't think so. And it's not because I offer a preteen or a children's chewable or even a liquid for babies. Is that when you look at kids and you see the deep dark circles under their eyes, to me that's an immediate indication not only of stress but malnutrition. And it doesn't matter if the kids like the junk and the poison. Stop giving it to them and substitute it with something that is wholesome and organic. The kids are our future. They've got to be healthy. I mean, we've got kids in 10, 12 years old already on meds. To me, that's a very sick statement of just how sick our society is. Also, heart disease can be prevented by great nutrition. All diseases, well, I have a couple of different thoughts about all diseases. First off, I believe that all diseases, especially heart, are the result of emotional conflict within. So every single disease has an emotional conflict. In fact, if you want to pursue that line of thinking, take a look at this book. It's all about the emotional causes of diseases, and it's free at my kudateachings.org website. Everything I do is free. So, and as you know, I always like to throw in some symbology. Like I just did about the heart being symbolic, well maybe I didn't, symbolic of emotions. And I told you that Inositol was symbolic of integrity. Well, choline is symbolic of inner strength. And lecithin, which both of them go into the manufacturing of, represents protection. So if you have inner strength and you have integrity, obviously you're protected from outside attacks. It doesn't mean the attacks aren't going to happen. They will, but you'll be able to deal with them from a place of quiet strength and personal power. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for taking the time to listen. I hope you have a fabulous everything. And check out my work at kudateachings.org. I'm also doing a life enrichment journey that you may be interested in. For more information, you can always reach me here, and let's chat. Take care and be well.